Hello and welcome back to part 4 and last part of how to crochet this beautiful sachet. So you have done the two parts, the front and the back, and now we are going to put things together. The first thing to do is to hide the tail. So throughout your work in both parts you will have tails, so we need to now hide them. You can do this every time you have a tail. You can hide them, or you can leave the tails for the end and you do all together at the same time. Okay, so let's go and learn how to hide these little tails. So all you have to do is to grab your hook. So we are going to weave the tail through the stitches. So you go as close as you can to your tail, and then all you have to do is to weave it through the stitches as best as you can. Okay, so you turn the work each time and you just weave that tail through like so. Okay, until it is so short that you can't weave anymore, and then all you do is to cut the tip, and that's that. Okay, so that's what you need to do now. You go through all your tails, those ends, and weave them through like so. Okay, and that's all. When you get to a point that you can't weave anymore, then all you have to do is to cut it off like so. Okay, so go on and hide all the tails that you have in your work. So now that you have hidden all your tails, let's go on to the next part of the project, and that is to make this wavy effect on the top of our little sachet. This is called shell crochet stitch or scallop crochet stitch. So there are many ways of calling it, and there are many ways of doing it, and I'm going to show you how I do mine and how I did mine particularly in this project. So you grab one of your parts, the front or the back, it doesn't really matter because we're going to do it in both parts of the project of your sachet, and we're going to start by attaching the yarn. So you go to the top of your pillar there, insert your hook there, and you're going to grab your yarn and pull it through. Okay, and then here you're going to make one stitch to keep it secured in place. Okay, so that's what we did there. Something else that you can do as well, and I tend to do that, is to, with a hook in there, make a knot just to keep things in place. Make a knot like so. To make two to keep things in place so that it doesn't undo. Okay, alright, so that keeps the loop nice and secured there. Alright, so from here we are going to learn two different crochet stitches that we haven't done so far, but it's all very similar. It's in reality is nothing new. Okay, so far we have been doing chains, and we have been doing treble crochets. Okay, now we're going to add two more stitches, or two different crochet terms. One is double crochet, which in American is, they call it single crochet. In UK we call it double crochet. Okay, so we are going to learn double crochet, and we're going to learn slip stitch. to make our edging here, to make our shell effect. So you have your yarn attached there at the very beginning, and now what we're going to do, we're going to do what we call the double crochet. And to make a double crochet, the only difference between a treble and a double crochet is that in the double crochet we do not yarn over, okay? So we're going to go straight. We have this tail here, keep it on the side, or if you can have it like I'm gonna do across here, so that as we go along we just wrap it along. If you find it too fiddling, then just let go and you can hide that tail in the end, okay? But you'll see that I'm going to have it along here, so that as I go under, I wrap it under around, okay? So that's about your tail here. Now we're going to then make a double crochet, and as I was saying, the difference between double and treble is just the fact that in double crochet we do not do this, we do not yarn over. So we're going to, from here, we're going to straight into the little square there, and we're going to pull through and then yarn over and pull through, okay? So this is your double crochet, okay? And now we're going to make 2 treble crochets here in the same space. So yarn over, because it's a treble, the same thing as you've been doing, pull through 2, pull through 2, and as you can see, I'm trying to wrap the tail, this tail, as I go along, but it can be a bit fiddly if you are a beginner, so you don't worry about that, just let it go, okay? So we're gonna make another treble here in the same space, in that little square, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so we did 1 double crochet, and then we did 2 treble crochets, and now we're gonna make another double crochet. And to make a double crochet, we do not yarn over, go straight into the space there, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so in this little space we have 1 double crochet, 2 treble crochets, and 1 another and double crochet there, okay? So now, before we go into the next square there, we're going to make a, what they call a slip stitch, okay? And that is by, on top of your pillar there, you're going to insert your hook there, insert your hook there on the top of that pillar, and you're going to pull the yarn and then pull again through the loop, okay? And this is why it's called a slip stitch, because we don't yarn over and pull, we just pull through the loop without yarning over, okay? So again, in here we have 1 double crochet, 2 treble crochets, another double crochet, and then we did a slip stitch there into the pillar there, okay? And now we're gonna move into the next square, okay? And we're gonna do what we did in the first square. So we're going to start with a double crochet, so go into the space, pull, and then pull through the 2 loops. That's 1 double crochet. Now let's make 2 treble crochets. We need to yarn over 4 trebles, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, let's make another one. Yarn over into the same space, pull through 2, pull through 2. And now we're gonna make another double crochet. So we don't yarn over for double crochets, we go straight into the space, pull through the yarn, and then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. Okay, so that's your double crochet. Now we need to make a slip crochet into the next pillar. Okay, so without yarning over, go on top of the pillar, insert your hook, pull, and then pull. It's a little bit fiddly, and pull again. Okay, so that's your slip stitch. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the next square. So we do a double crochet to start with, then we make 2 trebles, then we make another double crochet, and then on top of the pillar there we make a slip stitch, pull through, and then pull through. Okay, and we move into the next square. As you can see, this tail here is being wrapped around, so at the very end I don't need to do anything with it. And actually what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to cut it, so it has been wrapped around all the way here, so I think now I can cut it so it's out of the way. As I said, if it is too fiddly for you, then let it go, and at the very end you can always hide it like you did before. Okay, so let's go and move into the next square. So we do a double crochet to start with, then we make 2 trebles, and now we make another double crochet. Okay, and then a slip stitch onto the top of the next pillar there. So insert the hook on the very top, slip through, and then slip through. Okay, and there's your shell crochet stitch forming. Okay, so let's carry on. So let's do a double crochet, 2 treble crochets, and another double crochet, and then a slip stitch into the top of that pillar, pull through and pull through. Now double crochet, treble, double crochet, 2 trebles. One double crochet and slip stitch. Crochet 2 trebles into this last square. Oh, let me explain to you. So in this last square, so we have the chain of 5 from the previous row, so we're gonna do a double crochet and then 2 treble crochets, and then we're going to insert the hook on the 3rd stitch there, 1 2 3. We're gonna on a chain there, the 3rd stitch of the chain, and we're gonna make the last double crochet in here. Okay, so slip stitch there. So let's make a double crochet, 2 trebles, 2, and then we're gonna make the double crochet by inserting the hook on the 3rd stitch. So 1 2 3. So let me go there before, just to make sure it's nice and open there. So that's where I'm going to insert the hook to make the last double crochet there. Okay, and that's the very end. So that's how we create this wavy effect. Okay, now you go on, now you can cut and secure your work there like we did before, and now we go and do exactly the same thing on the other side, on the top of the other side. Okay, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so now that you have completed the edging there, the scallops, now we are going to put the 2 pieces together. So we're going to crochet them together like so. So it's important that both parts are nicely aligned on top of each other. So here square with square, and then all the trebles here nicely on top of each other like so. Okay, if you have a safety pin, you can pin the work together like so, just to keep both parts together. Okay, and nicely aligned like so. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make double crochet. So we're going to work on the horizontal like that, and we're going to make 2 double crochets there, and then move to the next square and make 2 double crochets and 2 double crochets, and then we're gonna make 2 double crochets into that space there where the trebles are. Okay, so that's important. That's why it's important that your work is nicely aligned on top of each other. Okay, because this is how we're going to work to bring the both parts together. Okay, so to start with, we're going to attach the yarn. We have lots of yarn on the table. So grab both sides of your work, grab your yarn, and through the first square there, you're going to pull the yarn one stitch, crochet stitch to keep the loop in place. And now we're going to secure this loop here by making a couple of knots there. So like keep the hook in that loop, grab both sides of your yarn and make 2 knots. Not too tight. 1, 2. Okay, so like so the work is nicely and secure. Alright, so now let go of your tail. You can hide it at the very end, okay? So just like before, put your yarn on your finger, and now we're gonna work in these spaces here, in these 3 squares, and then all along the trebles there, okay? So let's make 2 double crochets into that first square there. That's 1, 2. So remember, the difference between a treble crochet and a double crochet is that in a double crochet we do not yarn over, okay? So that's 2 double crochets in that very first square. Then on the next one, so remember both parts are together, nicely aligned. So we move into the next, this tail way out of the way, next square, and we make another 2 doubles, catching both sides of the work. Okay, let's move into the next square and make another 2 doubles. 1, 2. Okay, and like so we are attaching the work together. Alright, so now we're going to work in these spaces here where the trebles are. So there we are going to put 2 double crochets and then move along, another 2 there, and another 2 there, and another 2 there, and so on, and so on. Okay, so make sure your work is nicely aligned and that you're catching both sides of the work. Make 2 doubles. 1, 2. Okay, move along to the next 2. 1, 2. Okay, so move along the next treble. 1, 2. Okay, so make sure you're catching both sides of the work. 1, 2, and that's all we are going to do all along. Okay, so keep looking to make sure. So it's gonna come a point here that we have squares on this side and trebles on this side. It doesn't matter, you just treat it in the same way. It's 2 in each space. Okay, 1, 2, move along. 1, 2. last one of this side, so that's this one and the one below. So here we're gonna make 3 to turn the corner, okay? So we're gonna make 2 here, 2 double crochets here, 1, 2, and then because we need to turn, then we're gonna make another one on this side. All right, so now we are we have the work on the vertical. Okay, I'm gonna take this away. We have the work on the vertical, so we were doing the work on the horizontal here, and we put 2 double crochets in each space here, okay, because there was space for 2 double crochets here on the vertical where the pillars or the trebles are on the vertical. There isn't space to make 2 double crochets between the trebles there, okay, the pillars there, okay. There's this tail here, it's annoying me. Let's cut that. Must be from previous, from the rows there. Anyway, so here we don't have space to put 2 double crochets, okay. So we're going to put 1 double crochet between the trebles there, between the pillars there, okay. Just 1 double crochet because there is no space on the horizontal. There's no space. All right, so we've turned the corner there, so we did 3 there, so we need 2 on that side and 1 on the top there. Now we're gonna move into the next pillar and make 1 double, and then you move to the next, make another double, and to the next, and so on. Okay, so we're making 1 double in each space there. Again, make sure you're catching both parts of the work. And make 1 double crochet all along to the end. Okay, and at the very end here, the last double crochets and trebles there, the last gap here, we're gonna make 1 double crochet here on top, and then as we turn the work, oops, into horizontal again, we make 2, because now we have space to make 2 there, so we make 1, 2. Alright, so just like we did here, we made 3 in the corner here, and we made 3 in this corner here. So now we're gonna carry on and make 2 double crochets in each of these spaces. Okay, just like we did on the other side, all the way to the top. So next space, 2 double crochets, next space, 2 double crochets. on. So here I'm arriving at the top where we have the 3 squares. I'm gonna do the same thing, carry on with the 2 doubles in each square. So 1, 2, next square, 1, 2, and then the next last square. 1, 2, that's the very last one, okay? And like so we attach those parts together, okay? So all we have to do now is to cut the yarn here, weave through the loop to secure it, and then we need to weave it through the stitches like we did before to hide the tail. This tail as well from the beginning that we need to hide. It's a bit too far, so I need to go a little bit closer. Maybe there. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, just, well, there is the wrong way, but you need to go as close as you can there. How gorgeous does it look now? Okay, it's not finished, so one more part and one last part to go into it, and that is the chain that you did at the very beginning. So this was your first part of the project. Now we have to put it in the sachet. And now before you put the string around the sachet, you need to decide which side is the front and which side is the back. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is the front of my bag, so of my sachet. So I'm going to attach the string from here. So you start more or less in the middle, so there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 squares. So I'm going to start on the number 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So I'll start here, and all you have to do is just to weave your chain through the squares there. Okay, so you go once under and once and on the top, and just weave it through. Okay, so on the third row there, or you can put it in the middle. It's really up to you. I think it looks better if you put it on the last one there. Just bring the chain through the squares like so. Alright, that's it really. And here they come together. And here you have your sachet. How beautiful is this? So now you can put your soap inside, or you can decide to use it for something else. And you make a little lace like so, and you can put it in your drawers and smell nice. And now you can make many more and give them out as gifts, and to put in more drawers in your home. So let me know how you got on, and if you have any questions, please let me know below. And I would love to see pictures of your final item, of your crochet sachet finished. Please come to our Facebook group and post pictures. Thank you so much. Bye bye now.